What's going on, everybody? I know it's been a little minute since I dropped a few podcasts, but y'all know how I do. Um, you know, been working, making little moves, try to keep some money in my pocket. Build up this brand, and I appreciate everybody who support me. I always do. All right, even the ones who don't support me, but they support me on the back end. They know who I'm talking about. But yeah, man. I came to you guys, man. Like I always say, alphacology. This episode, we're just talking about how to be the most alpha version of yourself. All right. And what I mean by that, and I always say it, the most dominant version of who you are, the best version, the version that you want to see and want to represent you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, nobody can be you. Nobody could be the best, better version of you. Only you can do that. Nobody can out you. So you got to get better at it now. Later, earlier on in the week, man, I've been doing these Twitter spaces, and I just been, you know, looking at people, observing, listening, talking, going, interacting with, you know, all my people out there. And what I notice is, which I always notice, what I always tell you guys, is people gonna like me, people gonna hate me. But one thing about it, I'ma always be who I was called to be and who I am. All right, when you bring me to the table, I want people to know it's a certain energy I'm gonna bring, and I'm gonna stick to that no matter what. All right. um, like I always been preaching to you guys, do not let anybody deter you from being who you want to be. All right. Some of us want to be free and happy. Whatever version of freedom and happiness that is, you do that. But it's all dependent upon you and how you make yourself and how you think. And I always say this, man, heaven is inside of you. You got to unlock it. You can't unlock it worried about what other people think about you, right? I don't worry about what other people think. Once I peg you a simp, a trick, a loser, a hater, whatever I think you are in my mind, I'm usually right. And that's where you're gonna stay in my book. Now, my interaction with everybody ain't the same. With that being said, some people are assets to my life, some people are liabilities. I deal with assets more than I deal with the liabilities. If I got to deal with the liabilities, it's sparingly. It's because I have to. Or if I just choose to because this, that, the third. But like my man said, man, in the song, man, sometimes you got to feed the snakes too. So these last few weeks, I've been feeding snakes. Now I fed them enough. Now it's time for me to chop their heads off. Which that, and when I mean by that is, when I say chop their heads off, I don't mean by going destroying people, picking at them, or none of that. All it means is I just keep leveling up, keep being who I was called to be, keep doing me, keep building my brand. As a man, fellas, you got to focus on being who you are and building that brand. Whoever you are, that's that's who you want to focus on. When you see that Nike check, you know what Nike means. It's athletic apparel. It is not formal wear. It is not um, casual wear. When you see that Nike symbol, you know these are athletic shirts. These are athletic shoes. These are shoes you can play in, run and jump in. At the end of the day, even even though we like to wear our Jordan sneakers and keep them clean, they are still basketball shoes, and they're going to basketball, right? So it's the same thing we need to understand with our brand. My brand is all things alpha. Men being assertive, dominant, and putting themselves in the best positions to look their best, be their best, and fucking win. I don't give a fuck about anything else. If that sounds cocky or egotistical, oh well, put the phone down, go find you somebody else to deal with, block, delete, don't listen to my shit. But as over for me and my house, when you see that Alphacology brand, I'm going to encourage you to be the most alpha male version of yourself to the day I die. All right. With that being said, let's keep it moving. All right. I'm going to encourage you to be dominant over everything in your life, even the job you work. You should be able to look at that job. You don't want that job no more, and you should be able to make plans to walk away and find a better job or start your own business, whatever you want to do. There's a lot of cats out there that probably don't want to be CEO of a company. I get it. There's cats out there that probably don't care about being super filthy rich and be a billionaire, millionaire. I get it. It's cats, but everybody want to be financially stable, financially comfortable, happy. All right. And the only way you're going to be happy and obtain peace is actually dominating your life. And the first thing you have to dominate is you, your emotions, your feelings. You have to keep them in control. You have to keep them in control. I always say that. I always test people. That's all I do is test people. Because one, it gets to show me what kind of mental fortitude they have. And two, it goes to show me that if I can make you angry, I can control you. Remember, fellas, the person that angers you controls you. So, with that being said, we always need to understand where we stand as men. If I could get under your skin, but you can't get under mine, I'm a better man. In that emotional, mental aspect, I'm a better man. If I could get your mind, I could get your body, I could get your soul. Never let nobody take your mind, fellas. Never. All right? Never let that. Even when I played, I'm not even that good at basketball, and I know I suck at basketball. But one thing I do at basketball that's real good, I know how to get under people's skin. I get under people's head. I could get a very athletic basketball player, and I used to do this a lot on the basketball court, and do a lot of fucking antics and foolishness, and get under their skin to where now they're on my level, and I'm dominating them. They're not playing their game anymore. Never let nobody knock you off your game. Always stay on your square, whatever it is. A lot of you cats getting knocked off your game by women. Stay on your square. Hold fast to who you are. They say, "Oh, you're a bully." If you think I'm bullying, oh well, I don't care. Just tell people to stay away from me. All right. Remember that. Look at the logo of Alphacology, right? I made that logo for a reason because we have a light side and a dark side. You need both of those sides. Sometimes it's a good time to be on that dark side, and sometimes it's a good time to be on that light side. Just depends on what it is. Sometimes it's a good time to be bad, and it's a bad time to be good. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all gotta think on a more three-dimensional level to understand where I'm coming from. Now, with that being said, I could expound more on that and stuff like that, but you guys could book a consultation, and I'll break that down even more. The consultation's been going good. Shout out to Gary. Shout out to Ricky, man, with the donations. I also got a consultation coming for you guys as well. Consultations, man. All you guys got to do is hit my inbox. We'll schedule a consultation, man. I'm doing a deal for the holidays, man. 45 Now it's 25. 25 for the rest of the year, $25 consultations. We'll sit down. Fellas, all I want you guys to understand, when you come to these consultations, please bring a pen and a piece of paper and write down the stuff we discuss and write down your goals and write down what you want to ask me and write down the problems and then write down the solutions that we both come up with that you're comfortable with, fellas. I don't want to just be talking and you ain't got nothing in your hand. You ain't writing no notes down. Then you write me, oh, you remember our discussion? Remember what I said to you? I'm like, remember what you said? I'm not going to remember. I have a bunch of conversations throughout the day, thousands of conversations. I might have hundreds of conversations throughout the week. Fellas, please do me a favor, write this stuff down. And plus, when you write it down, it's easier to manifest. It's easier to apply to your life, fellas. All right. Also, shout out to the ladies. Brittany out there. You know which Brittany I'm talking about. It's a lot of Brittany's. Brittany, Tyshana, I appreciate you. I think that's a big thing that you put me on this phone. I got mothers, fellas, listening in and want, man, that shit is dope. It bring a tear to my eyes, man. But I appreciate you ladies for looking out for your sons and the other the other girl shall remain nameless, but she called me, asked for some relationship advice. Listen, ladies, you could book your man a consultation, but one thing you're not going to do, and I'm for real. You guys cannot be coming to me asking me on advice of how to make your man more of an alpha male like me. That is not possible. He's going to be the most alpha version of himself. He can't be the alpha version of me. I can't teach me to other men. You understand what I'm saying? I could show them what I do and how I think, but they have to develop their own ways. It's just a couple guidelines that is pure alpha energy that I give them and I explain to them later. But please don't come to me asking, oh, how can you teach me to teach my man? That's not how that works, ladies. All right. Um, I know you want your guy to be more alpha. I think you guys should see him as the alpha male. Maybe you picked the wrong guy. Maybe you need to step back and see what you guys could do. But I'd rather talk to the man. You understand what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, man, you got to be cold and calculated with this, fellas. You got to lie down. You have to study. You have to study interactions of people. You have to study your goals, how you're going to get to your goals. You got to study, fellas. Y'all ain't been studying. Y'all asking me questions. Y'all asking me questions that no way, shape, or form that is impossible to actually answer. It's just, why couldn't you figure that out on your own? Why couldn't you guys figure that out? And I'm going to tell you why. You lack confidence. And why are you lacking confidence? Because you're focused on your weaknesses too much. Only focused on your strengths. I keep telling y'all that. Me, I got a mean right hook. I got a quick right jab and a mean right hook. I got a powerful jab and a mean right hook. One thing you're gonna see anytime I'm in that boxing ring, I'm going to get that jab in and I'm going to get that right hook in. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And if it hit a couple times, I'm going to win the fight. Now, with that being said, I'm still going to work on everything else, but I'm still going to perfect and keep my jab on point. Focus on your weakness until the point where it not your weakness. Sorry about that, fellas. Focus on your strengths until the point where it overshadows your weakness. When I get in that ring and they know I got the mean right hook, guess what happens? All the focus is on the right hook. And guess what comes? The left jab. They're so worried about the hook, they let me hit them with the jab. They're so worried about my strengths that my weaknesses now look like my strengths. You get it? Same thing in life. You want to work on your weakness. You want to be so good. All right? I like to say I'm articulate and I'm well thought out. But I don't think it's quick as some of my counterparts or as witty. But my strength is I'm patient. That's one of my strengths. I'm patient. I might not speak to you right away. I'm good at analyzing and watching. And I'm good at listening and picking up on body language, picking up on the second language. You know, when we have a conversation, it's always two conversations going on. It's a surface level conversation, it's a low frequency conversation, and it's a high frequency conversation. And I'm good at listening to the second one. That's how I determine if people like me or not, by the second conversation, not the low frequency. Just because you smile at me don't mean I don't think you're an enemy. So you guys got to work on that. And one of the reasons I do that is I do that when, as a defense mechanism, a lot of women tell me off rip, you're so hard to read. You're so hard to read. I don't get it. I might throw a joke out there. Maybe it's a dry joke. Maybe it's that. And I tell people, women all the time, I say certain things to see how you react to them. That's going to let me know if you really like me or not. That's going to let me know if I could trust you or not. And you guys got to understand that's how this life goes. All right. Let me get this water real quick. When you actually focused on your purpose in life, you do not have to sit there and figure out who likes you, who doesn't, who's a liability, who's an asset. They're going to come to you and assist you for help. That's what they do. All right? Liabilities and assets. And I always say this. I know a lot of dudes that are assets, and I know a lot of dudes that are liabilities. I have a special strength that I could turn my liabilities into assets, and that's what I've been doing for a long time. Some take longer than others, and I could do it right away. But like I said, that's a deeper conversation. That's a whole nother alpha energy level conversation. But I always show my alpha energy because I could affect the room. I can move the masses. I can manipulate emotions and behaviors out of men and women. I've been doing it since I was a little boy. Right. So when people ask me what makes you so alpha, I could easily say, man, I could sit up here and piss you the fuck off. You might not think that's a superpower, but I know that is. Right? Nobody can really sit up there. People done told me the most vile things and tried to say the most hurtful things to me. And I just look at them, knowing deep down inside, they're hurting more than I am. That's why they say, you got to understand this, fellas. I'm going to give y'all a gem. When people say hurtful things towards you, they're hurting more than you. They want you to hurt too. So they're going to say anything to hurt. They're going to say anything to hurt you, or piss you off, or make you feel lesser than. Once you figure that out, all you have to do is embrace it after that. So with that being said, when people do say things like that, you guys got to understand, stay on your square, stay alpha, and you ice them. You put them on ice. I don't be around people who talk crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't be around people who talk crazy to me. So you got to understand that. Um, Another thing I want to let you guys know is the books are coming soon. All right. The book is going to be a dope book. I'm going to drop it on my birthday. This is my very first book. I'm excited. I don't even know which way to go. I'm starting to reach out to my friends and family for, help on how to get the book published the right way. The the visuals. I'm a visual person. Um, I did have a young lady that I was kind of dating at the time. Um, helped me with the book. Shout out to her. She did a great job. We didn't see eye to eye on things, so we stopped dating, and she cut ties with me. She don't want to help me with the book no more. I get it. Um, and when I say the book is already done, I'm just trying to get the bells and whistles, like a book cover, like formatted, get it published. The hard part done, fellas. So the book coming soon, right? I want you guys to have this book. I want y'all to carry this thing around like a Bible, so you could go and know these rules back to back to back, bang, bang, bang. That's what I want for us. So we're going to be doing that soon. We're going to be setting up a event. I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna keep you guys posted. Like I always say, you can find me on IG, Mufasa underscore Fashaw. Again, that's Mufasa underscore Fashaw. Also, you can find me on you can find me on Twitter, Jones G Fashaw. Again, that's Jones, capital G, Fashaw. If you have if you want to donate support to the Alphacology, all right, the Alphacology podcast is Gregory Fashaw. Cash out Gregory Fashaw, with the dollar sign. All right. So I just wanted to update you guys on everything that's going down. I'm going to hit you guys with more podcasts and things of that nature. Now, you guys got to understand, please focus on your purpose. I'm going to be doing more work on focusing on purpose because we're going to fucking need it. They have so much shit to throw at us now. You got crypto coins, you got all this social media. Now you got the metaverse where people are going to be really out of touch with reality, right? To the point where your online life is going to affect your real life. And it already does. If we're being honest, I done seen people get online and stress themselves out. Like, bruh, you could have put the phone down a long time ago, right? But while I'm building this brand is just not for me to just be rich and famous. No, this brand is for the people, to help those guys who didn't have enough energy growing up, didn't know what manhood and masculinity was. They had to figure it out the hard way. I'm here for y'all. That's what I do it for. I want to see you happy with your life. If you're gonna be a grocery bagger, you need to be the most alpha grocery bagger there fucking is, right? That's what we on. That's what we on. That's who I do it for. This who I love to do it for. And any cat that feel like it ain't no such thing as alpha, it's because they never seen themselves as an alpha male ever. They never seen themselves as a leader. They never seen themselves as the top dog. And if you did ever see yourself as the top dog, then you're gonna relate to this very easily. You understand what I'm saying? The big bad wolf. That's what I might change my name to that, the big bad wolf, for a couple days on Twitter. Um, With that being said, man, I appreciate you guys for listening. Always keep grinding, keep growing. I want y'all boys to focus. Focus, focus, focus on your needs. Focus on what brings peace to your life. Recognize those assets, recognize those liabilities. We're gonna get back on this alphacology shit with full force. I got 200 podcast episodes that y'all could pull from, and it's gonna be even more. It's probably gonna be 300 by summertime. That's how much we going. With that being said, man, this is not tea, it's protein. Peace out.